Please be seated. On behalf of the faculty and administration of the School of Medicine, I'm pleased to welcome you to our white coat ceremony for the class entering in 2018. This is a special day for all of us. I'm Selwyn Vickers, the Senior Vice President of Medicine and Dean of the School of Medicine. Students, today marks a significant milestone in the journey for you toward becoming a physician. It's a day when you receive your first white coat, which symbolizes your entrance into the medical profession. Up until this time, it's been the process of studying and working hard and applying and getting into medical school, and you've accomplished that. Today, we begin that by celebrating really what it means to be a physician. The white coat ceremony was created in 1993 by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation to emphasize the importance of compassionate care for the patient as well as the scientific proficiency that is required to be an outstanding physician. More than 90% of American medical schools have embraced this tradition. Thus, it is fitting that you receive your white coat in the presence of your family, friends, faculty, and alumni. These are the people who are most invested in seeing you succeed. They've been very much a part of your process getting here, and they will be critical in these next 4 years. I would ask that our new students please stand, so all of you all. So turn around to your friends, family, and loved ones in the room who, without their support, you would have not been here today, as well as their encouragement, and give them a hand of applause. You can be seated. That's a simple down payment of what you're going to need from them in the next few years. So in the early days of bacteriology, the physicians began wearing white coats to emphasize the importance of cleanliness and good care. And clearly over time, this white coat has become the distinctive identifier of a physician as well as medical students. Today, you get a chance to don this white coat, which is the mantle of our profession. In the years to come, you will wear the white coat during all your patient encounters, identifying yourself as a medical student at UAB and a member of this noble tradition of medicine. Today's ceremony, members of the School of the Faculty will take the time to put this coat in place as you walk up to get it. Usually, at this time of the last 4 years, I typically share how this white coat ceremony means so much, but in fact that I didn't have one. And it really wasn't because my school wasn't up to date. It was just that I'm that old. But I'll mention a couple of things that you should be in mind, and you're going to get a great talk from Dr. Willick. But these two things are important as you are reminded about the compassionate care that you will be asked to give. In a world where precision medicine is the word of the day and understanding the genetic code and what that means in taking care of patients and how we define right care, right time, at the right place with the right drug, the most important code that determines a patient outcome is still their zip code. And that will be an important factor for you to recognize. So although we can understand the genome, the social determinants of health are still the most powerful factor that determine how a patient will do. Secondly, you've all in this class in large part on your intelligence as well as the other factors that really determine what a good doctor could be. And the growth of information and data in our age is pronounced. And in fact, artificial intelligence is becoming one of the most profound things that will allow you to deliver care to your patients. Whether it's the electronic medical record or telemedicine, all of those things will be the advent of artificial intelligence in the world that you will practice in. And yet, I will tell you, you are still to be the owner and the purveyor of the art of caring. You will still need to own that. As distance becomes between you and your patients through a computer, a screen, a set of individuals to maximize opportunity, you will still need to be the owner of the caring for the patient, which is most important. Those things will be reminded throughout your 4 years for you on a daily basis, hopefully. But today, hopefully, we celebrate something very special, and your family and you will enjoy this as well as look forward to the next steps of becoming a doctor. I'd now like to introduce Dr. Christina Grabowski, who we brought in just over a year ago to be our new Director of Admissions. This is your first class? This is her first full class that she is sort of the overseer of you all coming in. Don't hold her responsible for all of you, but she's had a big part of you getting here. So Christina, if you would come forward and give some marks.
Thank you, Dr. Vickers. On behalf of the Admissions Selection Committee, it is both an honor and a privilege for me to welcome the class of 2022 to medical school. You were selected to join UAB from an application pool of 4,634 applications, and you were chosen for good reason. You're an intelligent, diverse, compassionate, and accomplished group. You've been involved in research and innovation. 53 of you have participated in research posters and presentations, and 27 of you have published your studies. You've studied more than 50 different areas of studies and disciplines, and from 56 different undergraduate colleges and universities. In fact, this class represents badgers and bears, bearcats, bison and lady bison, buckeyes and bulldogs, cavaliers, cougars, cardinals, demon deacons, eagles, gamecocks, seminoles, generals, hurricanes, commodores, lions, rebels, falcons, trojans, blue devils, maroon tigers, panthers, wildcats, yellow jackets, crimson, and terrapins. You've cheered along with Southpaw, Augustus, Billiken, Mr. Major, Joe Major, Rocky the Bull, Bruiser the Bruin, Boomer the Bobcat, Sparty, Charger Blue, Albert and Alberta Gator, Lynx, Herbie Husker, Rory the Panther, Gunrock the Mustang, Pounce, Leroy, Ivan the Warrior, Mike the Tiger, Norm the Forester, the Ambassador, and Swoop. And of course, a few of you have spent some time with a costume elephant named Big Al and a tiger named Obby, but the highest number of you have cheered along with a fire-breathing dragon named Blaze. Such wonderful representation from a diversity of educational programs, both near and far. You're a talented group. You've shown artistry, creativity, rhythm, and commitment through many different artistic endeavors. You play the bass guitar, the guitar, keyboards, piano, cello, trumpet, drums, trombone, saxophone, tuba, and clarinet, just to name a few. You sing in choirs, musicals, operas, and some of you even perform a cappella. You like to dance, Bollywood fusion, ballet, hip hop, jazz, tap. Even one of you was on your school's dance team. You've shown your dedication to wellness, discipline, time management, and perseverance, and also teamwork through athletic and fitness programs, track and field, cross country, marathon running, swimming, crew, football, golf, soccer, figure skating, cricket, basketball, cheerleading, volleyball, ultimate frisbee, baseball, lacrosse, tennis, rugby, roller derby, and more. Tired just thinking about all that. That's awesome. And you keep busy with many interesting hobbies. Among you is an amateur barber, a graphic designer, a chess player, a gardener. Several of you are avid readers. That's going to come in handy. And there are many cooks and bakers among you. I hope you got one of those folks as your roommate. You're world travelers. You've immersed yourself in languages and cultures. You bring valuable world perspectives to UAB and our learning environment, as well as the practice of medicine. You've been to Argentina, Belize, Brazil, Burkina Faso, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras, India, Jordan, Mexico, Nicaragua, Pakistan, Peru, Romania, Denmark, France, Ireland, Italy, Spain, Taiwan, Thailand, the United Arab Emirates, and the United Kingdom. Perhaps more important is the impressive work that you've done committing yourself to serving others. You've demonstrated a giving heart in so many ways. You've built homes for those in need through Habitat for Humanity. You've helped people who couldn't afford having their taxes done. You've addressed food insecurities and food banks and soup kitchens. You've been youth and peer mentors. You've learned about human strength and resiliency by serving at a crisis center for rape response. You've learned through hospice the importance of compassion and value of listening. You've served as a house parent for 8 orphaned or neglected boys in Ecuador. You've installed water purification systems in the Dominican Republic. You've served your country as a U.S. Marine, earning a certificate of commendation for providing care in the field for a young civilian boy wounded during battle. You've seen the collateral damage of war firsthand. You volunteered as a Spanish language translator in a free clinic. You've served as big brothers, big sisters, and buddies to disadvantaged and differently abled youth. You've made wishes come true. You've joined the Peace Corps and taught science to children in West Africa. You've learned about the importance of empathy and companionship while volunteering in an assisted living community. You've spent countless summers providing camp experiences for children with serious health issues. You've taught children in impoverished communities through Teach for America. You've invested in the education of others through one-on-one tutoring, literacy, science, math. You've staffed countless free clinics to help provide care to those who don't have it otherwise. You have dedicated more than 7,000 hours of your time serving others. You've made a difference in your own lives as well as those of others along the way. And now here today, you pledge yourself to a career of serving others. As I said before, you're a diverse, talented, and impressive group. I'm so pleased to welcome you to the UAB School of Medicine.
Thank you, Christina. You sound like someone who's quite proud of this class, and it certainly sounds like a class that most of us would never be able to get into. But that's the way it should be. Next, I'd like to introduce the president-elect of our Medical Alumni Association, Dr. John Weed.
I am glad to stand in for our president, Tim Hecker, today, who had business elsewhere. But I'm particularly glad to greet you on behalf of the Medical Alumni Association. The Medical Alumni Association takes great interest in each one of you. You have been selected to join our ranks, to carry the torch, to push back the darkness, and to bring hope and health to our fellow humans. Congratulations on reaching this awesome milestone. We offer the white coat as a gift that is wrapped in our commitment to foster your successful professional development. The white coat has various practical and symbolic purposes. Today, it symbolizes for us the arrival of new colleagues to join us in the quest to make life longer, more enjoyable, and more fulfilling for us, our families, and the communities near and far that we seek to serve. The Medical Alumni Association has found several ways to engage with you and the School of Medicine in your professional development. We provide medical student scholarships totaling $70,000 in the past year. We offer emergency assistance through the Medical Student Assistance Fund. We sponsor several programs for you during the school year, starting with Friday night's welcome event at the Vulcan, which we hope you all got to attend. We furnish a lounge and provide a friendly staff. You'll get to meet Meredith, Beth, and Brenda that are continually accessible to you. The MAA is eager to facilitate your growth and development in the profession of medicine. We stand ready to assist as we can and to engage with you and your teachers to explore additional avenues of collaboration and support. We wish for you smooth sailing as you navigate into this professional career. And we're here to enjoy with you your success and to assist as best we can when the sailing gets rough. Also today, the Medical Alumni Association wishes to bestow accolades upon two of our colleagues for demeanor and accomplishment that bring credit to the profession of medicine, to the School of Medicine, and to our association. We recognize two recipients of this year's Martha Myers Role Model Award for their demonstration of humanism in medicine. You will find a full biography of each of this year's awardees in the program. The framed bios that we will present to them today will hang in the Martha Myers Role Model Lounge on the 4th floor of Volker Hall Tower for a year. Martha C. Myers, class of '71, completely surrendered her life as a medical missionary to Yemen in 1978. As a consequence of her commitment and selfless service, she and colleagues were killed there by a Muslim extremist in 2002. We remember her and honor our colleagues with the award named for her. The Medical Alumni Association recognizes Colonel Robert L. Henderson. Dr. Henderson graduated from the School of Medicine in 1962. He then dedicated himself to the Army before beginning his residency at Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio, Texas. His many honors and titles include, but are not limited to, appointment by the United States Surgeon General to be the Chief of Otolaryngology at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, establishing the Walter P. Strait Memorial Conference, and earning the rank of full colonel in the United States Army. In addition, Dr. Henderson ran a successful private practice in Maryland for over 30 years. At 81 years old, he has discontinued surgical procedures but remains in practice, serving 1 full day and 4 half days a week. Dr. Henderson, would you come forward and let us present this plaque and get your picture, please, sir? The Medical Alumni Association recognizes Dr. Beverly Flowers Jordan. Dr. Jordan graduated from the School of Medicine in 2002, completed residency training in family medicine in the Tuscaloosa Family Practice Residency Program, and completed her sports medicine fellowship at the American Sports Medicine Institute in Birmingham. She now resides in Enterprise, Alabama, where she is board certified in family medicine and is a physician partner with Professional Medical Associates. She serves in the Coffee County Medical Society, the Alabama Academy of Family Physicians, and the Medical Association of the State of Alabama. She has been president and chairman of the board of the Alabama Academy of Family Physicians. She has been the Medical Association of the State of Alabama delegate to the American Medical Association and currently serves on the Medical Association's Board of Censors, the State Committee of Public Health, and the Board of Medical Examiners. Recently, she was appointed chair of the Medical Association's Physicians Workforce Planning Committee. Through all of this, she remains a life partner and mother of 2 on a family farm and is highly active in church, school, and civic leadership. Dr. Jordan.
Thank you, Dr. Wheat. My name is Nick Van Wagener, and I'm the Associate Dean for Students. And it is my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. James Willig. Dr. Willig is an Associate Professor of Medicine in the Division of Infectious Diseases. He also serves as our Assistant Dean for Undergraduate Medical Education. Dr. Willig earned his medical degree in Santo Domingo in 1996 and completed residency in internal medicine at the University of Virginia, Roanoke-Salem in 2004. In 2017, the student body selected Dr. Willig as the faculty recipient of the Leonard Toe Humanism in Medicine Award, which recognizes a faculty member and student each year for the value they place on humanism in the delivery of care to patients and their families. In their nomination, one student wrote, "Dr. Willig is an exemplary model of a compassionate physician. He always takes extra time on rounds to sit next to the patient, ensuring understanding and patiently fielding questions. I have seen him work an intern through their first difficult family conversation about end-of-life care. He is consistently enthusiastic and clearly finds joy in his work. This energy is central to his interactions with students, who he incorporates into the team, encouraging patient ownership and gently challenging daily improvement in clinical knowledge, diagnostics, and communication skills." I have the pleasure of knowing Dr. Willig quite well, and he is a good friend and someone who I admire greatly for his clinical skills, his intellect, and most importantly, his example of humanism. Dr. Willig, we're honored to have you here with us today.
Goodness, welcome. Approximately 1 year ago, I was granted the honor of speaking with you at this inflection point in your lives as you take your next steps in your journey towards being a medical professional. Since that time, I've been thinking about what to share with you off and on, and have been jotting things down in the notes section of my smartphone, collecting ideas and wisdom as I've encountered them to share with you today. As for me, I am not much of a notable man. I am best described by my father's tongue-in-cheek pronouncement that I was not smart enough to know when to quit. This is an apt description, really, for oblivious to the odds, a long time ago, like you, I put my head down, set to climbing a hill of books, exams, and experiences that made me see life a little differently, and I am here today. Years ago, I was a mentor to our former student, now colleague, Sarah Abrams. She was in my office when she heard about her acceptance into our medical school. Her unbridled joy eventually gave way to pensiveness, and she looked at me seriously and she asked, "How will going to medical school change me?" I'd never meaningfully examined this question prior to that time. So today, I'd like to share my perspective on what earning the right to wear that white coat will require of you. First, your white coat requires you to be focused on dual excellence. You must grow each day as a professional and as a person. There is a business book titled, "What Got You Here Won't Get You There." Walking into med school, I was used to focusing on tests and doing my best to excel at them, to compare myself endlessly to my classmates, feeling satisfied when I did better than them at my assignments. While that got me here, let me point out that you will be wearing that white coat in the middle of the night with none of those classmates that you compare yourself to around, when there are no paper or electronic tests, rather a real person in distress with scared loved ones around them who need your intellect, your effort, and your empathy. I came to realize this moment was what I was preparing for, that a high GPA was not enough, rather that I had to push myself to learn things deeply, that my goal was to become a person worthy of you trusting me with the health of those you hold most dear. You see, the white coat demanded that I focus on making myself a better professional. It was not enough to get an A, because beyond that, there was a lot more to learn. In fact, that A was just the beginning. The white coat needed me to focus inwardly and to understand that I was now preparing for my profession, and that to become a professional that merits the trust of others begins with a strong academic foundation. but it takes a deeper commitment than that. Your white coat will also require you to grow as a person. None of us, regardless of our backgrounds, has been exposed to all types of folks and all types of situations. But now you will be. Anyone can come to your door, and it is your responsibility and your job to help them. You must find ways to connect, to empathize, and to serve all people. I have always wondered at a quote from Dr. Peabody in a Harvard medical student address in 1926 when he said, "Time, sympathy, and understanding must be lavishly dispensed, but the reward is to be found in that personal bond which forms the greatest satisfaction of the practice of medicine. One of the essential qualities of the clinician is interest in humanity, for the secret of the care of the patient is in caring for the patient." I take this quote as a challenge from my white coat to be a two-puzzle doctor. The first puzzle will be solved with your intellect. You will transform disparate data points into diagnostic patterns and review the literature and find the most apt medicine-based treatment of that day. But the second puzzle is to understand the person with the disease. We need to be able to understand that person's context, including their social determinants of health, who they are, and how they have lived their life. And with that understanding, shape our messages in ways that unlock their understanding and get them to invest in the behavior change needed for them to triumph over their conditions. Being able to make a brilliant diagnosis is just half of what you need to do to help folks and to solve the two puzzles each case brings. So your white coat demands you focus on making yourself both a better professional and a better person each day. And that is a lifelong journey worth embarking upon. Your white coat requires you to practice with indomitable love and caring for your patients. In the novel Stranger in a Strange Land, Heinlein's characters explain the human sentiment of love as when someone else's happiness is more important to you than your own. Practice like this. It is not about you or your comfort. It is about that sick person and their family. We are here to serve, not just with skill, but with caring. Yes, folks will try you. They will frustrate and challenge you. Some of them won't even like you. You might not even like them. But if you care about them, you will be able to care for them. And building that bond will allow you to help in the most desperate of situations, the dreaded moment when you do not have a cure. What will you have to offer when you don't have a cure for someone's condition? When your skill and your intellect do not hold the resolution to an ailment, what will you have to offer then? In these situations, what you can offer is your empathy, your understanding, your caring, your love. And with this, while you cannot cure, you can heal. Patients and families will need more from you than procedures and prescriptions. And if you don't care for those under your care deeply, you will fall woefully short during those times when the knowledge of the day is not enough. So value kindness and actively find ways to forge connections with all people. Heck, if I can treat Celtics fans after what they did to my beloved Lakers in the 2008 NBA Finals, I genuinely believe that you can treat all people. You can find that in your heart. Or perhaps, as Arthur Ashe said more eloquently, from what we get, we can make a living. What we give, however, makes a life. That white piece of cloth on your backs will whisper a reminder to you each day that you are here to serve patients, and I hope you can do so with indomitable love and caring for those in need. Also, practice with humility. While you may accomplish great feats of intellect, the moment you believe those deeds to be great, you are at risk of losing your humility. And if that happens, you lose your edge. It is your responsibility to remain humble, to keep the Icarus wings of self-satisfaction from bearing you too close to arrogance. As the great American philosopher Yoda said in the Clone Wars, Season 1, Episode 15, arrogance diminishes wisdom. You see, the arrogant, they see a little less clearly, and they hear a little less acutely, and thus do not heed the good advice and the guidance from others. This is a danger to those they serve, and make no mistake, from this day forward, your mistakes can have consequences and cause harm to people. So value knowledge about pride. Say, I don't know. Ask questions, rather than remain silent due to your ego. Know that medicine is a team sport, and each member of that team has a contribution to make. That if you respect all team members and you listen to them, the patient will get the best of all of us. And none of us is as smart as all of us. And those we care need and deserve our absolute best. So listen to that pearly cloth and practice medicine with humility. Finally, the sacrifice. I joke that if there are 360 degrees to life, I am proficient in maybe 0.5 of those degrees, the sweet spot where you can diagnose infections and prescribe antibiotics. And I hope that each of you, it took me a decade, more than a decade, to put even that small degree together. And I hope that each of you is brilliant enough to continue to live full lives while learning this profession. But for me, it takes focus, often to the exclusion of family, of friends, and things that I love. But to pursue the best version of yourself, to reach the bar that those you admired have reached, will have a cost. There are people who helped you in innumerable ways along your path, who now take a back seat to the demands your white coat places upon you. That is the sacrifice. You will miss so much. Weddings and birthdays, holidays, and activities with your family. And those that are part of your life are also here sacrificing right along with you. For you will not always be a good son or a daughter, a spouse or a friend. And this knowledge, coupled with the fleeting and fragile nature of life your white coat will teach you about in the hospital, should not sadden you. Rather, it will highlight just how important each moment with your friends and your families is. I hope you embrace each of those moments. I hope the difficult things you will see wearing that white coat underscore how precious each of your relationships is, and that you learn to treasure each moment, and that you strive to be present. My father passed away last month. And I have ceaselessly thought of how much I miss him and his intellect. But I take solace in the fact that this white coat taught me to treasure each moment we were together as his illness unfolded, and that I left nothing unsaid of how much I loved him. And I hope you live and practice this way, not in lament for the things you will sacrifice, but in appreciation for how important each moment is, and that you embrace the sacrifice that comes with earning the right to wear that white coat. And that is what this white coat required of me, to focus on becoming a better professional and to be a better person each day, to practice with indomitable love and caring for patients, to guard humility, and to understand and embrace the sacrifice. So come, understanding that who you are is but a stepping stone to who you will become. Come with a smile on your face to serve those in need. Come, understanding the work you must put in and embracing that you will build the bridge to your profession from the bricks of perseverance mortared with grit. Come, let nothing stop you. Your colleagues and your white coats welcome you.
James, that was profound. Thank you. It was powerful. There were so many truths that you've laid out. There are a couple that really will stick with me, particularly about each day being a better person and professional. Thank you for sharing about your father. Thank you also for sharing about the great philosopher, Yoda. And I would admit that, you know, this point about arrogance and only occupying 0.5% of that 365-degree circle, sphere of medicine, I'm challenged by that because as a surgeon, and as most surgeons do, we occupy 364.5. I'm surprised that you take up so much space and don't leave room for the other doctors. But needless to say, there were so many good things you shared, and you shared from your heart, but lessons that will carry not only the people in the audience, our students, but us who are on this stage. Thank you for your time, your preparation, and sharing from your heart and your life experience. This year marks the third year for two special awards in the School of Medicine. The first is the Sarah Cruz Finley Leadership Scholarship. Dr. Finley graduated from our school in 1955, and along with her husband, Dr. Wayne Finley, served on our faculty for nearly 40 years. Like many faculty, but like in some ways only a few, the Finleys set a course that really made UAB a pioneering institution. The Finleys distinguished themselves as pioneers in medical genetics and established that first platform here at UAB. Dr. Sarah Finley served on our admissions committee for over 20 years. She's remembered as a strong leader, a brilliant physician scientist, and a kind and generous mentor to two generations of students, faculty, and staff. To honor that legacy, the Finley family has established a scholarship recognizing a rising third-year student who embodies the leadership qualities for which Dr. Sarah is so well remembered. The award was made through a competitive process by a committee that included the representatives from the Finley family and some of Dr. Sarah's most beloved former medical students. So really as unbiased as we could, we gave all of our rising third-year students a chance to compete for this. The family and we've agreed that on a regular basis, that is annually, that this award be presented during this ceremony in hopes of inspiring you after your first 2 years to compete for this award and be a future recipient. In addition to a full tuition scholarship for the last 2 years, that is the third and fourth years, the award includes a new white coat with a special insignia identifying the recipient as the Sarah Cruz Finley Leadership Scholar. This year's recipient is Dixon Johns. Dixon is a student whose true passion for public service is quite obvious. He spent his gap year before coming to the School of Medicine serving as a clinic coordinator for the student-run free clinic at the University of Virginia. During his first year of medical school, he served at our EAB, which is our Equal Access Birmingham Clinic for those who aren't able to pay for health care, as both a clinic leader and overseeing information technology for the clinic. Now, doing all of this is also about being a good person, but he was also a good professional. He was a great student as well. In his role as clinic leader, he ensured Sunday clinics ran smoothly and has become a leading problem solver. In his role as clinic problem solver, Dixon has developed a new digitized system for tracking medicine, ensuring the dispensary was restocked early and evaluated and recommended an alternative point of care to the system that the old system was failing. This process of thinking and this impact, although it may seem small, made a huge difference in the ability of these students and the physicians who work for them to take care of these patients. I'd ask two things to occur. First of all, Dixon, please come forward. No man is an island, and Dixon is a product of two great parents. His parents are here, Mr. Johnny Johns and Dr. Nancy Dunlap. Would they please stand, and Dixon, please come forward to receive your coat from Dr. Wayne Finley, Dr. Finley's daughter, Sarah, and their son, Randy Finley. Dixon, where are you? Let's get a picture together. The second award is the Brewer-Heslin Award for Professionalism in Medicine, which is established by the late Governor Albert Brewer to recognize School of Medicine faculty who exemplifies the highest ideals of our profession. Governor Brewer's gift was made in grateful appreciation for the care he received and professionals he observed in Dr. Marty Heslin, who occupies the James P. Hayes Endowed Professor of Gastroenterology Oncology and the Associate Director of Clinical Programs of the UAB Comprehensive Cancer Center. He's also Chief of Staff of our UAB Health System, as well as Executive Vice Chair in the Department of Surgery. Dr. Heslin was the first recipient and truly deserved it for his outstanding care of Dr. Brewer. We share Dr. Brewer's hope, Governor Brewer's hope, that this award will inspire all of us, faculty and students and leaders, to maintain this commitment of the highest levels of integrity, ethics, service, and quality care to our professions, to our patients as professionals in medicine. This year's recipient was Dr. Catherine C. Parker. She, unfortunately, as well as Dr. Heslin, couldn't be here today. Dr. Parker is an outstanding breast surgeon and obviously one of our busiest breast surgeons in the Comprehensive Breast Surgery Clinic. They were unable to attend, however, that they are grateful, and she is grateful particularly in the award and is truly deserving of this recognition. So please, let's give them a hand of applause in their absence.
Thank you, Dr. Vickers. So I'm delighted to present the class entering in 2018 for their white coat cloaking. The students will be led on stage by their learning community faculty mentors, and they will sign their name on the honor code. Their learning community mentors will then announce each student's name. The student will proceed to the center of the stage where a distinguished faculty member will assist them in donning their white coat. Assisting with today's cloaking are Dr. David Bram, representing the Huntsville campus, Dr. Gustavo Hudebert, Regional Campus Dean for the Montgomery campus, and Dr. Richard Friend, Interim Regional Campus Dean for the Tuscaloosa campus. After they have been cloaked, the student will then proceed to Dr. Willig, who will present them with a Humanism in Medicine lapel pin, a gift from the Arnold P. Gold Foundation. Then the student will be greeted by Dr. Vickers and welcomed into the School of Medicine. You got that? Okay. This is a celebratory moment for all of us, and we hope that you will join us in that celebration. If the members of the platform party who are involved in the cloaking could move into place, we're ready to proceed.
Good afternoon. My name is Sam Dalvey. I'm the lead mentor for the Barfield Carter Learning Community. And in just a second, we'll get started. All right. Louis Joseph Buhacker. Denver Crumpler. Amanda Hua Fang. Kenneth James Fellows. John Hoyle. Jasper Kennedy. Michael McCallman. Karis Pope Mitchell. Luke Marati. Henry Jonathan Peisty. Colin Harrington Quinn. Florencia Scaglia Drusini. Kais Tunsi. Shannon Christie Walker.
I'm Charles Corey. I'm the lead mentor for the Finley Learning Community. Mohammed Mahad Amjad. Sean Matthew Bowman. Austin Hamilton Brooks. Peyton Nicole Camp. Jacob Kaur. Peyton Danielle Curtis. Renita Elise Daniels. Charity Seipert Donaldson. Catherine Elizabeth Gray. Aislinn Adriana Green. Jane Ingram Hampton. Kara Jeanette Kickler. Paris Mariah Sanson Malinsick. Rachel Rainey. Andy Thomas. Candace Marie Vieira. John Martin West, Jr.
My name is Leah Leish, and I'm the lead mentor of the Hamilton community. Anne K. Alexander. Sydney Blankenship. Elizabeth Butler. Lee Butler. Amaris Elston. Katie Fogel. Rahul Gaini. Mackenzie Grant. Bethany Kennedy. Stephen Gerard Leahy. Austin Taylor Martindale. Azim Merchant. John Paul Mitchell. Paul Jackson Morris. Elizabeth Marie Olson. Sikander Raza. Edgar Soto, James Allen Stewart.
My name is Blake Gibson. I'm the lead mentor for the Harrison community. Adam Edward Bashir. Kelly Chen. Stephen Gaffin. Jordan Gallardo Sasser. Austin Hanna. Allison Hing. Hannah Ruth Howard. Janison Wade Hunter. Lauren Nicole Coyce. Yesenia Lopez. Michelle Elizabeth Massey. Obi Moultrie Jr. James Gresham Pate. Shirag Y. Patel. Nandan J. Patel. Ryan Austin Salazar. Gabrielle Wilhelm.
Good afternoon. My name is Danielle Powell, and I am the Learning Community Lead Mentor. I'm the lead mentor for the Hill Learning Community. Kevin Lansing Breland. Andrew Burton Diatkin. Kristen Claire Deneen. Thomas Lee Devine. Morgan Elizabeth Carolyn Green. Brittany Rebecca Hinton. Alexander Michael Kofsky. Donaldson Cameron Lee. Elon Liu. Julia Grace Meyer. Josh Newsome Muhammad. Christine Nguyen. Sanders Pear II. Joshua Ware Purvis. Keen Strange. Mary Glenn Waldrop. Clara Wan. Andrew Yu.
I'm Brooke Hubner, standing in for Stephanie Berger, who is Hershowitz Community Lead Mentor. Alat Abu Spitani. Gaurav Agrawal. Caitlin Brooke Curtis Crocker. Mackenzie Donald. Annabelle Jackson Friedman. Alexis Ann Helton. Brittany Morgan Johnson. Saad Khan. Rebecca Lee Massey. Nicholas Ryan Mayfield. Ryan James Murphy. Tyler Newell. Ashlyn Nicole Shields. Taylor Ross Tucker. Robert Wiley Weaver. Jada Lynn West.
I am Sergio Staño, the lead mentor for the Kirkland community. Cassidy Shea Baldwin. Savannah Russell Bunnell. Stephen D. Cockram, Jr. Brandon Crowley. Anthony Raymond Nemarinis. Jalare Gahar Rahimi. Jared Ross Hallstrom. Emily Harrison. Eric Kim. Connor Galloway Cook. Kevin E. Lee. Kush Patel. Sean Finney. John Clay Pruitt. Lauren Elizabeth Moore Roth. Lakshmi Subramani. Charles Redock Sutherland Jr. Shiva Tikumala. Sydney Alexis Weir.
My name is Caroline Harada, and I'm the lead mentor for the Lions Learning Community. Anna Lexis Andrews. Hannah Marie Barranco, Daciel Bellido de Luna, Kenan Pouncey Brake, Rachel DeRose, Asil Dib, Brittany Marche Hatter, Sharif Samir Helmi, Jacqueline Ray Hovey, Jake Ryan Howell, Mason Chandler Kirkland, Shoaib Badruddin Lalani, Marshall Henry Ewell Lewis, Kayla Ejong Ozimba, Akshar Hiranbai Patel, Jason Patel, William Raymond Poor, Joshua Nathaniel Radney, Imani Renee Silva, and Caitlin Ann Simpkins.
Tequila Carter with the McCallum Lead Mentor. Amir Ahmed, Hassan Arifai, Zain Aryanpour, Adam Beavers, Conrad Blanc, Mia Broughton, Matthew Chung, Hannah Cutshaw, Mario Espinoza Hernandez, Carson Foster, David Hall, Austin Hughes, James Lambert, Raymond Lopez, Sagar Modi, Samantha Payton, Jay Stone, Aaron Stuber,
Hello, my name is David Razur, and I'm the lead mentor for the Operil learning community. Ho Young An, Joseph Norman Anderson, Henry Vincent Bonner IV, Andres Francisco Camino, Alexander Winston Chang, Lillian Culp, Wesley Garner Curls, Sam Edward Gary, Austin Michael Glenn, Irina Gonzalez Sigler, Sierra Harrison, Hanson, sorry, Sierra Hanson, typo, Reagan Hadaway, John Hunsicker, not yet, Natalie Summers King, Aaron Robert Landis, Isabella Mack, Renu Pandit, and Sean Williamson.
Hi there, I'm Todd Peterson, lead mentor for the Pittman Learning Community. Paul Frederick Chisholm III. Megan Diane Coffin. Ian Colwell Cummins. Brian Fuller Kirkwood. Ryan Bruce Legrone. Andrew Ryan Lindsay. Bhavin Anil Modi. Delana Jane Moore. Anna Treda Nomescu. Nikki Paul Singh. Heron Elizabeth Taylor. Erin Elizabeth Ward. And last but not least, Christopher Garrett Wilson.
It is my pleasure and honor to present to you the future of the UAB School of Medicine, the entering class of 2018.
Students, on behalf of our faculty, really and particularly Dr. Grabowski and her team in the admissions office, I want to thank them for an outstanding class, and I really want to thank the leadership of our school that has worked so hard to get you here. So, as we conclude this, I think we've all been honored by this process and enjoyed the process of welcoming you to the school and to our profession. And to that end, we want to congratulate you. I will remind you the work will begin very soon. As you let that sink in, I also want to remind you that you are more than capable to be up to the task. So don't let that statement concern you. You are more than able to do well. So thank you all for being here, family and friends. This concludes our 2018 White Coat Ceremony. I ask that the audience remain seated while our platform party and class recess to the auditorium. Thank you all, and have a great evening.